Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the flaming hot grilled cheese burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you again.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Really, guys?
What? Jackson's always had those game ready.
Let's go!
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Boise State football wide receiver Ben Ford. I've had to face some setbacks on the field this past season, but toughness isn't about staying down. It's about getting back up. I am proud to represent Lithia Ford of Boise, where you can find the largest selection of Ford trucks that are built tough and, like me, handle the hits and keep pushing forward. Come check out the incredible inventory and competitive pricing at Lithia Ford of Boise. And when you buy here, you're not just getting a truck, you're supporting Boise State athletics and Lithia Ford NIL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com, and the Blue and Orange store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
What's up, Bronco Nation? We are back and better than ever. Bronco Nation News live here at BroncoNationNews.com. My name's BJ Rains. We got Johnny Ballgame there in the Lithia Ford of Boise studios. KTIK 95.3 The Ticket. I am in the BNN Sun Cruiser studios. Johnny, today and tomorrow should be national holidays. I know a lot of folks aren't going to get a lot of work done, but 16 games today, 16 games tomorrow. Pumped up for the tournament, man. How we doing?
Good, man. I'm fresh off a parlay last night. How about St. Joe's money line over Colorado State and Miami of Ohio money line? That was a home game, man. I'm ready to go. Got a little jack in my pocket, ready to have some fun over the next 2 days, man. I was just talking to our boy Jay Tust. A lot of things going on, BJ. It's the day, dude. One of the best days of the year if you're a sports fan. This weekend, these next 4 days, Thursday morning to Sunday night. I'm not sure it gets better if you're a big fan of college basketball, which you and I obviously are. Thanks for having me on. It's kind of weird. You come back on my day, too. Like, you take all this time off, and then, of course, you just come back. Oh, yeah, Johnny, you're up tomorrow. I thought I was going to get the day off, but I'm ready to go.
Didn't you get last week off?
That wasn't my call, man. That was you. You were in Vegas.
I'm not giving you two weeks off in a row. You got last week off. So you're working. We did have a great time, though, down in Florida for a couple days with the family. Got to go to the USA Dominican game, Johnny, in the World Baseball Classic. My son got this ball right here. Look at this. Official ball, World Baseball Classic, thrown to him by a relief pitcher on the Dominican team during batting practice. And that was cool, man. We didn't plan it that way. We were just going down to Florida to see my parents who were down there. As you know, my dad's still covering spring training for the Cardinals, so we were down there for a couple days and spring break, and just happened to be down there. The Dominican-USA game was Sunday night, and my kids really wanted to go, and we found a way to make it happen. We did not go Tuesday night, thankfully, since they lost. Those tickets, Johnny, were like more expensive than a Super Bowl ticket. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was like $500 to get in the door for the championship game. No thanks, but we had fun Sunday. My kids enjoyed it. Got a couple baseballs yesterday, took the direct route to get home of driving 2 hours from West Palm to Orlando, taking 3 flights, Orlando to Nashville. That was fun. There's a little restaurant there in the Nashville airport called Tootsie's where they have live music going. So we got to enjoy some live music, I guess, on our trip yesterday, Johnny. Then we fly from Nashville to Denver to Boise, make it home. About a 16-hour travel day. But, yes, we're back. And I sent you the text yesterday, 9 a.m. tomorrow. I knew you enjoyed getting that, but had to be on today for a lot of reasons. We haven't done a show in a couple of days, and I apologize for that. But like I said, with the tournament starting today and also just kind of having a few days now to dissect the Boise State season, and I kind of titled this, Johnny, by the way, last chance to get in our NCAA pools. I put the bracket on there. Are you guys doing a KTIK bracket challenge as well this year? You don't have one? All right. But we need to team up with Greg next year and get a BNN KTIK one. But if you want in, last chance, the Bronco Nation News Pool, there's a link. I put it in the chat there, top of the link. I think I can pin this to the top maybe if I figure this out how to do it. But join our pool. It's free. We got some gift cards. We got $100 to the Blue and Orange store as one of the prizes here. We got some Taco Bell gift cards that I know Johnny's going to be all over.
Yeah.
I sent you the link, Johnny. Did you get in yet? Are you going to be able to get in?
Yeah, I'm in. I'll select my final picks after this hit. I should have time to get that done. We're filling out a lot of brackets, man. I'm sorry I haven't got to yours, man. We'll get there. I'll get in there, though, for
Greg
sure.
Frank, I sent him one as well. Hopefully he'll get in. But already over 100 brackets in there, so hopefully folks will sign up. And last chance, again, you can go. The link's right there in the chat, or just go to the message boards, the basketball message board at BroncoNationNews.com, and there's a link there. We'd love to have you get in today. You have about an hour to get your picks in. Cool prizes. Like I said, some gift cards to some of our sponsors and things. But, okay, Johnny, by the way, Idaho tonight, right?
Tonight, BJ, late game, late window.
Yeah, we got my my SLU Billikens playing the late game tonight as well against Georgia. Grew up going down. You know, I didn't go there. I don't know if you're only allowed to have one college team you root for. But I Larry Hughes playing for SLU when I was growing up. Used to love going to some SLU games.
Oh, I bet.
And Josh Schertz has a cool thing going there. So I will be obviously tomorrow. The late game tomorrow, 7:45, is the main event of the whole 2 tournament, which, by the way, I love, Johnny, in terms of when your team is playing. Remember Boise State a couple years ago played like Thursday afternoon and lost, and you don't even feel like you're a part of the tournament?
they were the first game to tip, I thought, in 2022 in Portland. Like they were the first team eliminated from the tournament that season.
They might have been one of the first ones.
Because I think me and Prater remember talking about that on the air. We were all excited for this huge party in this tournament, and Boise State was the first team out. I thought so, but yeah, I do. Those are tough. Well, at least when you play in the night window, you're right. You get to absorb it and feel like you're in it a little bit. You're right. If the Vandals were in the morning window today and their season's over in a couple hours,
yeah, you don't feel like you're a part of it.
Good point.
I would hope at least my Jayhawks can beat Cal Baptist tomorrow and have at least till Sunday.
We'll see.
When you don't play till Friday night, you at least get to watch games for 2 days. Your team's still alive. You're excited. So you can watch all games today, Johnny. And then the Idaho Vandals, 23.5-point underdogs to the Houston Cougars. Would you have rather Idaho been in the play-in game so they could have had a chance to win a game?
Beeler asked me that, and I said, yeah. I probably would have said, give me a 16 seed rather than a 15. Put me in Dayton and give us a chance to win a game. And you get that national exposure too. Yeah, instead of, going to the Cobra Kai dojo that is the Houston Cougars and Kelvin Sampson, sweep the leg, no mercy program. That's a tough draw, but maybe Kelvin takes it easy on Idaho a little bit, going back to the Monson era and whatnot. But if I had to, I'm probably laying the 23.5.
Yeah, probably so.
I think
That'll
Houston
be late
covers
tonight. Mentioned my Billikens are playing tonight as well. They're not my Billikens, but looking forward to the hometown team.
Let's talk about this tournament. You're right. St. Louis, I like this matchup, dude. Let's talk about this.
Get one win for St. Louis. That'd
St.
be nice
Louis
to get
is
one
the
win
best,
over Georgia.
They're the best three-point shooting team in America. St. Louis is. This Georgia team might be the best offensive Georgia team they've had in a long, long time. This is an interesting matchup because of all the scoring that's involved there. That's one of those tough ones to break down, but I'm excited to watch that game. St. Louis, if they're hitting their threes, because no one's better in America than them, then they could do some, have some damage in this thing. It's kind of one of those weird factors.
Avila, come on.
I like that matchup, man. And Cal Baptist, KU fan, Cal Baptist has the best guard in the tournament that's not going to go to the NBA. Dominique Daniels, kid from Compton. He's played there for 3 years. I've seen him play all year in the WAC. He drops over 20 a game. I mean, I'm not saying Cal Baptist is going to beat your Jayhawks, dude. They can't. But that Dominique Daniels kid, he reminds me of Damon Stoudemire in Arizona. Undersized, but he scores. He's tough. I'm really looking forward to Cal Baptist and KU also, just to see how Dominique Daniels does against Bill Self. And then who knows what Kansas's lineup will look like, right? You've seen them. You've seen them puke away games early in the tournament before.
Oh yeah, we're very susceptible to the first round upset, no doubt. I'm used to that by now, which is why I said I'm happy they don't play till tomorrow night, so I get 2 days to at least be in the tournament still. That's Cal Baptist's first ever NCAA tournament appearance, I believe. And the way it happened was Utah Valley in that championship game had a chance for like an alley-oop dunk with like 4 seconds left to tie the game wide open, and the guy clanked it off the rim and missed it. And you feel for Utah Valley. But Cal Baptist gets in. And then, I didn't like the St. John's matchup. St. John's should be higher than a 5. That was kind of a bad 5-4, I thought.
Brutal for St. John's and Kansas fans.
Yeah.
And in San Diego, too.
Oh, if I hadn't just gone on vacation, dude, if I hadn't just gone on vacation for a week, I would have tried to talk my wife into going down to San Diego for that.
Yeah. Patino got screwed. 1 with the location, 2 with the seed. That was a tough one for me, too. That's a tough bracket. Then Duke's going to have to tussle with one of those teams in the Sweet 16. They can't be happy about that.
The very first game of the entire tournament here in about an hour is 8-9 Ohio State TCU. That's kind of a very intriguing. When you fill out your bracket, man, you want to get that first. I don't know about you, but I still use a pen and I still circle and I still scratch off whether you get it right or wrong. And I'll always do that. And I have my bracket when I'm watching these games. And the TV setup I have. I'm going to have the TVs going today, and the kids are on spring break, so we got to go over to the baseball fields for a little while, and we got some stuff to do. But I'm going to try.
I should roll over to your house today, dude.
I've had people asking, man. I need to charge a cover charge or something.
I should roll over there for a little bit during the day.
But the first game of the day, you always want to start off with that win in the first game. And
tough
Ohio State
on the 8-9,
a very intriguing one right out of the gate.
I know it's tough on those 8-9s. Historically, the 9 wins more than the 8, to be honest, PJ, which is weird. Not by much, but it does. So that's an interesting thing to look at as well, right there,
I'm going
too.
Ohio State, though. I got Ohio State in game.
I got Ohio State, too. I think I have Ohio State, but that probably means TCU
I
will
was
win
looking
now.
at our man Nathan Carroll. He posted his bracket. He's got Hofstra upsetting Alabama in the first game. He's got VCU beating North Carolina.
Does he have USF?
First round
Does he have
games
USF beating Louisville? That's my team. That's my double-digit seed to maybe get to the Sweet 16 is USF. I've seen them several times. Mega athletic. Louisville is down a 20-point-per-game scorer here. I think USF money line. I think USF beats Louisville. I don't know where Nate is on that one, but I kind of agree with his others. Not sure I'm going to go Bama. I know the situation, and Speedy Claxton has Hofstra playing its best ball in decades. I could see that happening too. Yeah, I could see that happening too.
What about the home state Missouri Tigers up against Miami?
I like Mizzou. I'm sorry. That's too big of a hookup for me. They send Mizzou to St. Louis and Miami, Florida has to go play them there. I mean, that's their backyard. Sometimes that makes a difference. Mizzou will have more than enough fans. It'll have all the fans it can take. Miami will have friends and family. Sometimes that makes a difference. I think I like Mizzou too, BJ.
Well, I didn't say I liked them. I just said who. They're playing at the same time as KU tomorrow. And if you know anything about the KU-Mizzou rivalry, Missouri fans would love nothing more than for them to win and KU to lose to Cal Baptist. So there'll be some scoreboard watching and stuff going on. Do you have anybody outside of a 1 or a 2 advancing to the, let's just say, Elite 8 here?
Yeah, I do. I'm going with John Calipari and the Arkansas Razorbacks. First off, I think Hawaii is going to give them a big run in the first game. Don't laugh at me, but Hawaii is ranked 9th defensively in America. That's a real easy trip for Hawaii. They actually get a straight flight because they get to go to Portland. Cal gets sent to Portland. That's a tougher trip for them, I would think. And Arkansas doesn't play the defense that Hawaii plays. I still think they're going to win, but I think that's going to test Arkansas. I have High Point beating Wisconsin. I think Arkansas can get past High Point round 2 in Portland. And then they play the Arizona Wildcats. So, I mean, if there's one team that knows how to puke on itself when the pretty girl starts talking to them, it's Arizona, man. They do this every year. I've seen this since I was in middle school, and Khalid Reeves and Damon Stoudemire ruined my bracket because Steve Nash beat them. Seen it multiple times. They've lost as a 15. They've lost as a 14. Like, Arizona, I don't trust you. So if there's a team, a weirdo that can get in there and be the first to knock off a 1, I'll take Calipari, his payroll, Arkansas, that beats Arizona in the Sweet 16. That's kind of my deep run. I don't have a lot of Cinderellas. I am of the mind in this tournament now, the separation is further. There's flat out payrolls now against teams that don't have them. I don't think we're going to see the Cinderella stories near as much anymore. Last year, there were 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four, BJ. I think this year it'll probably be 2 1s, a 2, and maybe a random.
Yeah, I've got pretty much all chalk. I've got Arizona, Duke.
You should.
Houston. I got Houston over Florida. I like Houston.
Okay, I get
but
that.
I've got Arizona and Duke in the championship, and I got Arizona winning it all.
Yeah.
Some years it's crazy. Some years it's chalk. Usually the year you pick it, it's the opposite. But I
want Arizona to go on a run. I love that program.
Nathan Carroll, by the way, has UCLA upsetting UConn in round 2. What do you think of that?
We'll see, man. I think UCLA has his hands full in
UCF.
round 1 against UCF. I think Johnny Dawkins and UCF actually. I'll be honest. I think UCF wins against UCLA. But UConn is weird this year. To Nate's point, like sometimes they fart around and they don't figure it out, and then they lose. And I could maybe see that happening with this team. Danny Hurley, super pissed off, just all over it. UConn gets down early. They can't come back. I could maybe see UConn being one of those 1 or 2s that don't get out of the first weekend. Maybe there's one of them, 2 of them.
Now, I don't know what the updated stat is, Johnny, but there's a stat where more times than not, a team from the first four wins another game.
Always.
So I've got Texas over BYU. What do you think of that?
I like that too. BYU, man, they broke my heart so many times this year. I bought into what they're doing with their payroll, with their lottery picks, and they have 8 losses in the Big 12 this year, something like that. There's those teams every year, BJ, when you get to the tournament, you're like, they've been underachieving all year, and now I'm going to ride them.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do, and then you're like, God dang it, why did I pick them on a run? They've done nothing all year but tell me who they are. And I didn't see it coming, man. BYU is one of those teams to me. Yes, I think Sean Miller in Texas are going to beat BYU in Portland, and I think Miami of Ohio, if they're hitting their threes like they were last night, VCU did it. Virginia Commonwealth, that run, they went to the Final Four as a play-in team. They had to go win 5 games just to get to the Final Four with Joey Rodriguez and those guys, the Shaka VCU team. It can be done. I agree. One of those teams will win again, BJ. I'll ride you with Texas there. Agree.
All right. Let's see here. Tom has UNI and High Point as the biggest upsets. Who's High Point? Is that Wisconsin?
Yeah, High Point, a North Carolina program. Obviously, Tobacco Road kind of, hey, don't forget about us, cast-offs of Tobacco Road. I remember when me and you were in North Carolina last summer, I actually talked to a couple people at the event we were at who were from High Point. High Point's right down the road from the event.
Big boosters,
we were
man.
At.
Big money.
And they were talking, they went to the tournament last year, and they were really, really, really excited. And it was weird. I'm talking at the bar to these guys at this event telling me about High Point basketball. Look out for us. They
were in the They were in that Cayman Islands tournament with Boise State, and they chartered 2 planes down there. They've got some big money.
And I was like, High Point. Okay, all right. And so I pay attention to them all year. They're 30-4. They don't play. I've seen that. Okay, fine. 30-4 means something to me. You know how to win, man. And I'm going to ride that. Yeah, I think High Point, if there's a 12-5, I think I'm going there. They score a ton of points. Like I said, kind of Tobacco Road cast-offs from the way this guy was describing it to me. They really care. They really care about college basketball there. And sometimes, like you said, if you have some money and you have a couple guys that are willing to pay for some stuff, you can have a High Point. And they're a 12 seed. That's pretty good when you play in, gosh, is it the Big South? I don't even know the league right now off the top of my head.
It is.
The Atlantic Sun, I don't even know their league, and they're a 12 seed. I like High Point too.
Our man BSU Bill looking at Akron over Texas Tech, maybe. JT Toppin's out.
I killed myself on the national show I do. I called JT Toppin Obi Toppin, and I know the freaking difference. You don't have to tell me that, and you just get crushed by 11 people instantly. Who's this moron? This idiot? I'm like, ah. But yeah, JT Toppin out. I still like Texas Tech to possibly win some games, though. I do. They've been playing without him for a while now. He's a really good player, though. I'm not going to have him in the Elite Eight, but maybe you could see Texas Tech. A lot of times you see those teams, too. You totally count them out. And then they're in the Elite Eight, and you're like, damn it, I didn't have that team in one of my brackets. And they're a 3 seed. Hey, BJ, can you take a break real quick?
Why is that?
I spilled coffee here on the desk. Take a quick one, man.
Sponsors here, sure. Johnny Mallory picks up his coffee off the desk, I'll tell you about Lithia Ford of Boise online, lithiafordboise.com. You can go there and view their full inventory of vehicles at Lithia Ford of Boise, whether that is new, pre-owned, car, truck, you name it. Lithia Ford of Boise online, lithiafordboise.com. Sun Cruiser, perfect time during the tournament here to sip on some Sun Cruisers and watch the games the next couple of weeks. Whether it's the lemonade iced tea, the vodka iced tea, so many flavors and options. Love me some Sun Cruisers. Enjoyed them down in Vegas last week for the conference tournament. Sun Cruiser, get them at Jackson's, get them at Ridley's, local gas station or grocery store has them. Get the variety pack. Sun Cruiser, let the good times cruise. Pearson Carmichael going to be part of our next discussion here on how you fix Boise State basketball for next season and how they get to the big dance. He's with Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest is that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. Idaho Central Credit Union. They're donating. They donated $25 for every made free throw at Extra Mile Arena this season for the men's basketball team. Thousands of dollars raised to the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. They're helping our community. They're helping all kinds of charitable causes. Idaho Central Credit Union online, ICCU.com. Hey, don't forget about Jackson's. They got that 99-cent coffee or hot chocolate. You can get up to a 16-ounce, also a refill up to 16-ounce, 99 cents. Just type in your phone number for the Let's Go Rewards app. 99 cents gets you a coffee or hot chocolate at our friends at Jackson's. Visit a Treasure Valley local Jackson's location today. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. Maybe time to visit a Taco Bell. We got practice tonight. Going to be a perfect time here. And Johnny, what's the name of the taco? What's the name of the taco, Johnny?
Chicken. Crispy. Wait. No. Cantina. Chicken. Crispy. Taco.
Even Johnny.
I am cleaning up my mess here, yo.
The Cantina.
Chicken.
Crispy taco. The Cantina chicken crispy taco. Whatever the name is, it's unbelievable. Go get a couple of them. You'll enjoy it. They have great breakfast items, those breakfast quesadillas. My kids love the good old cheesy roll-ups. The Cantina bowls are great as well. And if you're doing low carb, you can sub in extra lettuce for the rice or beans. But Taco Bell, visit a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. Travis Hawks just texted me. He is in the pool, so you can compete with Travis. Blue and Orange Store online, theblueandorangestore.com. Great selection, great prices. The official in-venue provider of Boise State merchandise. We got spring football starting a week from today. We're talking mostly basketball today, but we're going to transition into spring football talk next week as we talk about some storylines and things, and spring football starting on Thursday. But you can get all your gear at the Blue and Orange Store. Again, order anywhere in the world online, theblueandorangestore.com. You can visit their location at the Boise Town Square Mall, or, of course, if you want to bump into Jay Tuss, maybe get an autograph there, go visit the Allen Noble Hall of Fame location as well. They got the customizable jerseys and things like that there as well. Blake says, had a Sun Cruiser in Peoria at the Mariners game. Very good. There you go. Appreciate that. Yeah, Sun Cruisers are great. Any hints on the Travis Hawks social media post? Let's just say there's momentum with the basketball program. We'll leave it at that for right now. There is some momentum in terms of budgets and NIL money and rev share and targets and things. We'll just say that behind the scenes, there is some positive momentum to try to get this thing turned around and fixed. We'll leave it at that for right now. But, Johnny, we're talking about March Madness starting today. And kind of the topic is, what needs to happen, what can happen for Boise State to be in this bracket next year, for us to be talking about, us being live from Portland again, or Sacramento, or wherever else, Salt Lake City, Spokane, for Boise State basketball to be in this bracket. Obviously, you guys have been dissecting it a lot. First of all, a couple of things. I don't know where you stood, but I had no problem with them turning down the NIT. A lot of fans on my Twitter account were is the NIT beneath them? And, who are they to say they shouldn't play more games, and they should be playing as many games as possible, and do it for the love of the game, and, give back some of your NIL money. Like, this was a decision probably from the very top, and I'm talking like the top, Jeremiah Dickey, Cody, the administration, the coaches. This team, guys, lost to San Jose State. They lost to a Division II team. First of all, I mean, if you really wanted to see this team keep playing, God love you. But I don't know how you and Prater felt about it, or your people on your show. Because like I said, I've been pretty out of it on social media, being on vacation the last couple of days. But when I posted that they were not going to the NIT, I was stunned. I will be honest, stunned how many people were mad about that. This season was going nowhere. They have a lot of decisions to make. They're trying to re-sign Drew Fielder. They got to decide what other players they want to keep, let go. I know the portal's not officially open, but that doesn't stop you. They got to start looking at targets for next year. I mentioned the budget, all that kind of stuff. They needed to move on to next season as soon as possible. I was 100% fine. I would have been very surprised had they decided to play in the NIT. I know 5 Mountain West teams did, Johnny, but they're all in different situations. Wyoming, good for them. They got a chance to play a little bit longer. I just didn't see that making any sense for this team.
I was talking to Scott Garson yesterday. He's thrilled that they're still playing at UNLV. They won a big game at UC Irvine, went to a Big West gym and won, and they needed that. They're building their program
at Tulsa on Sunday now.
Yeah, at Tulsa. So, I mean, they're excited to still be playing. Good for them. Boise State, fans wanted to see this team keep playing so they can keep ripping on them. Like, I don't get that. There's time for this team. Now, had they defeated San Jose and then lost a nail-biter to New Mexico in the next round, then maybe I could see fans saying, well, why not keep this going? Come on. But I think you're right. The way they bookended this season with those losses to the Sharks and the Spartans, probably time to go. And I think a lot of teams keep playing this time of year because I think the coaches want to keep the kids in the building. They want to keep the kids on structure. They want to keep the kids, hey, you got to be here and you got to be here. They're still under their umbrella in their building and less likely to talk to agents and whatnot. Maybe the teams that are more willing to move on with their roster aren't as nervous as other teams saying, if we don't play in a postseason, then we just tell our kids, see ya. Well, we're not going to get them back. Maybe there's something along those lines too with teams that elect not to keep it going. I know UNLV is trying to keep the best player in the Mountain West there. They're trying to keep their things going. And so you're right. Every team, it's a different situation. This Boise State team, we didn't need to see it, in my opinion, keep this thing going in the NIT. And Jeremiah Dickey, if that's his decision way at the top, I support it.
Is there any money in the NIT? No. The Crown has
players.
What's that?
For NIL for the players? No.
Yeah. No.
School, sure. They get TV money and all that stuff. Yes.
And this year's NIT field's actually better than last year's. Last year's was awful. But you at least got Auburn, I think Oklahoma State. You got a couple named teams in this one, then 5 Mountain West schools.
How nerdy is this? I'm filling out an NIT bracket by hand.
I've done that for I've been in a $20 NIT pool before. They used to do that in the Cardinals locker room during spring training, and they'd let the media get in all their pools. And
Nevada looked good last night, BJ.
Who did?
They did. Nevada. They looked good last night.
Yeah, Colorado State, that was a tough one. I was watching that on my flight back. That was a late
I knew
game
St. Joe's would win that. They're too strong inside. Colorado State, soft inside, and they were favored big. I got plus 212 on St. Joe's in that game. Big, Philly, physical. I knew it. I love it when you know, right? Colorado State is soft as hell inside. And if they're not hitting their threes at like 44%, they're not going to beat you. That's all they can do is shoot threes. Your boy, your good close friend, Ali Farouk Manouche.
Got the tee with 2 seconds left. Come on.
He needs some size in there, though, BJ. They need some beef and muscle. They need some.
All I'm saying is some teams are different. As you said, some teams want to keep playing to try to limit the days that other agents and people are talking to them. Some teams have young guys like a Wyoming that want to keep playing and have this. Some teams, when it ain't happening, it ain't happening. Move on to next season. Would an NIT championship have made folks feel any better about this season, Johnny?
Maybe, but I don't think you're going to go ahead and pencil them in for an NIT title with this team. So I don't know there either.
I don't really think it means that much. Some teams, some years it makes sense. This year it doesn't. BSU Bill says not playing was 100% the right decision. I want the staff focusing their time on the portal, building a better roster, need a total overhaul, better athletes and ballers. One thing that I feel pretty confident in saying, Johnny, which I know is not going to make folks happy, I do not expect any major changes to the coaching staff. I expect
kind of hearing that too.
I expect Tim Duryea and Mike Burns to both be back next year, and I think Duryea is the one that got more angst from fans and things like that. But I 100% expect Duryea and Burns to both be back next year. I think the mindset's going to be, from what I've heard, okay, we're going to raise the we're going to raise the budget a little bit. We're going to raise the rev sharing a little bit. We're going to give you a little more money, and we'll say it's on the players this year, but next year it's going to be on the coaches if you don't get it figured out. That's kind of what I'm thinking is happening here. I mean, it sounds like Leon's back, the coaches are back. They're going to put the problems this year on the roster not being good enough, and I don't think they're going to give them that chance next year. If it doesn't improve, you're going to see a lot of changes, in my opinion, to the roster this coming season. And if you have another similar season that's when it falls on the coaches, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, I could see that. And Prater made a good point. Just like, what was it, last week? Tim Duryea was on Jay Tust's show on Bronco Studios. If he's on the hot seat or if they're planning on some type of departure, they're not making him available for Tust's show. That's not going to happen. So that was a sign to indicate, like, well, okay, maybe Coach Duryea is going to get another shot with this offense with the new, with the new tool set. Sure.
By the end of next year, Leon's buyout shrinks. Leon's buyout shrinks every year because it's just he's owed what's left on his contract. So every year he stays, that's you're paying him either way. Like I know Prater, I know there's semantics with if he gets another job, whatever. But right now, Leon Rice is due $4.7 million over the next 4 years. The buyout drops next year because you will have paid him his $1.1 million for this year. So regardless, Leon Rice, $4.7 million in the next 4 years, whether it's he coaches one and then you pay him for the other three, he coaches two, you pay him for two, he coaches none, you fire him now and you pay him 4.7. If he gets another job, that money does come off of the total, but he is due $4.7 million as it is right now for the next 4 years. It's not a buyout. He's due what's left on his contract. So yes, the buyout drops after next year because he will have just coached one of those 4 years and have three left. So if that's confusing or makes any sense, I do agree. I will say yes. BSU Bill says, is it fair to say this is their prove it year? If we have issues again next season, then it's time for them to go. I would say yes, Johnny. I would say Leon Rice, this coaching staff, I don't know if the right, hot seat going into the season is the right word or right phrase, but I do think that, as I said, they're going to give them some of the things that they want to improve this program. I believe it's going to be a higher rev share number than it was this year. I believe it's going to be a year where they say, okay, this year it didn't work out. We're gonna overhaul the roster. We're gonna say it was the players this year, but you better fix it for next year. And if not, it's on you guys. And so whether that means it's Leon, whether that means it's Burns, Duryea, whatever, I don't know. But I do think there's some they're running it back with the same coaches, not the same players. And I could see I think Duryea and Burns are back. I'm not going to say anything else about Berto or Lexus or any of those guys. If they get better opportunities, whatever, who knows? But I believe Burns and Duryea, the two main highest paid assistant coaches, offense, defense, both will be back. And I do think, Johnny, that there's going to be I don't know what the phrasing is, pressure, hot seat. I don't know what the right phrase is, but I do believe that this administration is giving them a year to try to, people forget they made the tournament 3 years in a row. And then last year they were in the championship game. Like last year they won 26 games and they were 40 minutes from playing in 4 straight NCAA tournaments. Some people kind of forget that when they're talking about this, but this year was not great. And I said, I think they deserve a chance. I said all season, I think the coaching staff, Leon Rice, deserves a chance to fix this. And it looks like they're getting that. But I think if it goes sideways again next year,
agree.
You're going to see some changes.
And that's fair, 100% fair. If you make the tournament 3 straight years, and then next year, your first year in the Pac-12, you're in the bottom half in the standings, or you're just fledgling, you get bounced early in the conference tournament, and you don't have any buzz, any momentum. Yeah, this administration, I fully believe that the Cody Gogglers and the Jeremiah Dickies will want to have their own basketball hire at that point. But I mean, Leon Rice and this staff, they're going to get another crack at this. And I ask you this, and I don't want to put words into the coach's mouth, but you were kind of saying, if the coaches are, essentially saying, hey, it didn't work this year, but it wasn't the coaches as much as it was the players just weren't the right fit for what we wanted to do. It just didn't mesh. Not saying the players weren't good enough. They just didn't fit with us. So, in your opinion, the staff's going to get back and they're going to have more resources to go get what they want. What do you think that is?
Well, I don't know if Carmichael and Meadow and Keene can all be on the roster next year.
I don't think most of those guys will be back. I think most of these guys are gone, BJ. I really do. I hope they can keep Drew Fielder.
I think Andrew Meadow has a decision to make, and I think if you could keep Andrew Meadow for the right price, I think you do that. I think Andrew Meadow is an offensive player. He's got a ceiling. I mean, he's got a higher ceiling, I think, than Carmichael or Keene. It all comes down to the price, Johnny. Like, if these guys are willing to take pay cuts or whatever, and you can still get better players above them, then you would take a lot. Would you take Pearson Carmichael back if he's your
Yeah,
eighth
I
best,
guess.
if
I mean,
he's
if
your
it's a
eighth
different
best player
system,
next year?
though, do I want Peanut in this system? I don't know if Peanut wants Peanut in this system, or Mr. and Mrs. Parent Peanut want little Peanut in this system,
It
man.
starts with Drew Fielder.
Run this back.
It starts with Drew Fielder for me.
You keep Drew Fielder, make him the face of your team. I agree with you there. Hey, what did you make of Andrew Meadows' documentary film crew this year?
Can't wait to see it. They have literally every home game, Johnny. I got to the arena about 2 hours early, and the guy, nice guy, talked to the camera guy, but he's got 16 games of Andrew Meadows shooting pregame warmups, like the exact same shot. He was out there every single game shooting him, doing free throws and warmups. I'll be very curious what that documentary looks like. And
I didn't even know what was going on until I talked to some sources within the program and told me some stuff about it and whatnot. And I didn't even know it. But yeah, Andrew Meadow hired a documentary film crew. They fly up before games and they're doing a documentary film on him. And
it was
his
like
journey.
a buddy from him in high school or something. I don't know if it's that,
And he got him access.
Yes,
and
he got credentialed and has a guy doing a film crew on him. Yes.
Didn't even know it. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be a part of things moving forward.
I like Pearson Carmichael. I've said it. I think he's a better player than he's shown. And if you could bet low on him, so to speak, and get him to take a pay cut and come back to prove himself, I think there'd be some value.
I don't know
there.
if Peanut wants to do that. I don't think he wants to waste another year if he thinks it's going to be the bench guy.
No disrespect to Peanut Carmichael, though, but are there a lot of people out there clamoring to get him with big offers?
No, but maybe Oregon State. He's from Bend. Could he play for the Beavs? I don't know. In the same league, closer. Maybe he wants to go to the Big West and drop 20 a night for like CSUN or something. I don't know. But BJ, you were the one telling me Peanut has had offers from Big Ten schools.
Well, he did last year. I don't know about now.
Yeah,
I heard Andrew Meadow had a 7-figure offer too that he turned down last year from a Big 12 school.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe those guys aren't, certainly in Meadows' case, maybe he's not going to turn that type of deal down.
I heard Drew
this
Fielder.
year.
I've been getting a lot of numbers and things, and I got to be careful what I say to where it comes from.
Oh, Fielder could go a lot of places. He's going to probably be willing to take a little less, but to have a lot of stuff. Like his niece and nephews are here. His family are here. Like we've interviewed Drew a couple times.
I think they're going to have to pay more than they've ever paid an athlete before at BSU again.
Yeah,
but if they can get Drew Fielder, I think that's a nice place to start.
Agree.
Well, he took a massive pay cut, dude. The numbers I heard from USC to what he got at Boise State, his Boise State number was not as high as it's been reported out there, from what I heard. And he could have made 3 times as much at USC than he got at Boise State, is what I heard. And now it's time where he wants to cash in on that, rightfully so. He's like, okay, I took that discount last year. Now I want to stay. You guys got to up the offer a little bit. And I don't have a problem with that.
And they will. And if he wants to stay here, he's got 1 year. I don't know if he was telling us too. He doesn't want to moving sucks. We all know that. All the adjustment, learning stuff. I think Drew Fielder, if they can make his price point and get him with all the other stuff, maybe he wants plane tickets, his sister, his nephews, his niece, whatever the kids in his life, his girlfriend, he wants to fly them places. They'll put all this stuff in a package and hopefully keep Drew Fielder. But I don't expect the nucleus back. I don't know why. It's college basketball. I don't know if I expect this stuff. And
I heard someone tell me the only player that was actually signed for next season was Bun Bum.
Okay, and he looked good at the end. I kind of like that kid. Like I'm interested to see what he can do next year.
I don't know the
very
validity
athletic.
of that. I don't know how those multi-year deals work and all that, but someone told me that he was the only player technically under contract for next season. So I don't know.
I don't know exactly where he would go to. I mean, get him in the weight room, get him a milkshake every 4 times a day. See if you can get 15 to 20 pounds on that kid, and you might have a specimen, dude.
Yeah. They need, okay, so you said, what do they need? They need that Marcus Shaver type.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Just that, Leon called it dogs, but they need better. I'm going to say it too. They need better on-ball defenders, man.
Mm-hmm.
They need guys that can guard somebody one-on-one. Peanut, Meadow, I mean, Keen's a pretty solid defender, but one-on-one, line up against the other team's point guard when he's trying to get to the basket. Boise State just does not have a ton of great on-ball defenders, and they got beat off the dribble a lot. And with that said, they didn't really necessarily have an Armouche in the middle. You don't need a guy that's going to swat 10 shots, but you need somebody that just scares the other team a little bit when they come into the paint. Someone that's got big arms, can alter some shots. Fielder is more of a, he shoots the threes. He's a little more, you'd almost be better off if Fielder was your 4. Even if your
100%.
center was
Yes.
even if your center was only
Yes.
6'9" or 6'10", but if you had some beefy guy in there with long arms that could really alter some shots, that's what I would like to see. So I would like to see some more, beef in the middle.
Armouche would be awesome.
And you'd like to see some guys that can defend, but you also need shooters. You need shooting. You need shooting, and you need athletic players that can drive to the basket. And you need guys. They need a lot of things.
Go get these guys, Leon. Let's go. I know.
So, let's see. 2.5, Johnny. 2.5 starters on next year's team are on the roster right now.
Under.
Under. Okay. So you're going 1 then, probably.
No, I'm going to say there'll be 2 starters that are back. I went under. You said the line was 2.5. I went under that.
I think Andrew Meadow. I think they would take Andrew Meadow back if the price is right. Would you agree with that?
I don't know, man.
Right, I think they would take Andrew Meadow back, and I would not be shocked one bit to see Andrew Meadow. Yes, I did talk about this.
If
this
the price
is basketball related. Johnny, I know I got to get you out of here. Any final thoughts on the tournament, on Boise State? Where do you want to go here?
5 p.m. tonight on Idaho Sports Talk. 1-on-1. Leon Rice versus Mike Prater in studio. Do not miss this. Leon steps it up. He's not shying away from anything. Leon Rice in the Lithia Ford of Boise studio at 5 p.m. Prater, Leon, ball game. Do not miss this.
Cannot wait to hear that. There you go. Can't wait to hear that. Good get. All right, Johnny, 5 o'clock. Leon Rice. Appreciate you, man.
Love you guys. Appreciate you.
Go Vandals. Go Vandals. John Mallory, his alma mater. And you guys can give him crap for being a Vandal, whatever. I get it. But you know what? Like when your alma mater, your team is in the NCAA tournament, there's just something cool about it. And especially when it's the first time, like in a long time, for a program like that, like that's pretty cool, man. Like it's cool. Like I know everybody wants to Vandals, Boise State rivalry, whatever, but good for Johnny, man. That's his alma mater, his school, his, tuition money, blood, sweat, and tears. Like good for him, man. And anyone else that has an alma mater on here, like I said, my Jayhawks, like I'll be pulling for him tomorrow. Like when it's your alma mater and you got the diploma right back there, like it's just different. It's just different, okay, when it's your alma mater. And I got no problem with anybody from any school rooting for their alma mater, and hopefully they can do something. Yes, the Travis Hawks tweet, where did it go? Somebody asked me about that. It is men's basketball related, and I would just describe it as positive momentum. After talking to Travis, a lot of it's, off the record, whatever. I would just say there's positive momentum for some things behind the scenes with the basketball program. Can we say that and leave it at that? Let's keep this thing going here, though. If you got any questions, thoughts, how do you fix the basketball team? Who do you want back? Who do you want gone? Matt Bauscher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. 252-9877, BauscherRealEstate.com. We bought and sold our home using Matt and his team, and I highly, highly recommend them. Matt Bauscher online, BauscherRealEstate.com. Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. Whether it's a re-roof or repair, an estimate, an inspection, all your roofing needs. We got a new roof from Signature Roofing last summer. Tremendous. Decided we wanted to make them a sponsor. Signature Roofing. It's the best in the business, folks. Online, mysignatureroofing.com. Tell them BNN sent you when you call. It's free. Get a free estimate. Have them come out, talk to you through the project. It's free. No strings attached. Tell them BNN hooked you up, and they'll get you a great deal. Element Fencing, decks, pergolas, fences, cedar, wrought iron, vinyl. They can do it all, folks. Brady and his staff, 25 plus years in the fencing company, and the owner Brady will work with you individually, personally, from the ground up to build that perfect fencing project. Element Fencing. The weather has been tremendous. Perfect time to get that new fence. If you've been on the fence about that fencing project, now's the time. Element Fencing. ShopRidleys.com. Don't go to the big, mega conglomerate grocery store, folks. Think local, support local. And that's Ridley's Family Markets, a family-owned business, close to 30 stores in Idaho and surrounding states. Get more information online. Find a location near you at ShopRidleys.com. RowPaint.com, whether it's the concrete coatings, interior, exterior painting, now's the time as the weather is warming up, folks. RowPaint.com, all your painting needs. If you've been thinking about that painting project for a while, now is the time. Don't forget about that Painter for a Day project at rowpaint.com. Transportation compliance service. If you need a new job, they got you covered. Transcomservice.com can help you get into the trucking industry every step of the way. Transportation compliance service. You can get into the trucking industry, and they're a local company helping out folks all over the world with the paperwork and things they need to get signed up. Transportation compliance service online, transcomservice.com. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else we got in the comments here. I'm looking here. Roddy Anderson in the portal again. No thanks. 38 minutes, no assists in the Colorado game. Had that bad turnover. I know he can score a little bit, but Roddy Anderson does not fit what they're looking for a point guard. Let's see what else we got here. Garland. Yes, Colby Garland, I think, is definitely a target that would be a great fit for Boise State. We'll see how high he wants to go. We'll see if Boise State can make it happen. The defensive numbers aren't amazing for Garland either, which we just talked about. You need a great defender. If you look at some of the numbers and things in the analytics, his numbers aren't great defensively, but he can score, and he has that dog in him, so to speak, that Leon's saying they need. So I think that Colby Garland definitely could be a guy that would be would have a lot of interest from a lot of schools, but fits a lot of what Boise State wants. And his ability to get to the basket, he did a lot of things. And BSU Bill says, didn't love when we got Andrews because he shot 37% from the field at UCLA. Yeah, I think that they thought they could untap some things with Dylan Andrews, and in a way they did, but in a way it just still didn't quite 100% work out. So you have to, project when you're in the portal, and you look at a guy at another school and say, how would he fit here? And there's a lot of projecting and a lot of decisions have to be made. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And that's a good point too. He was playing 40 minutes a game at San Jose. If you could get him down to 30, how would that help him out at Boise State? That's probably a good point, Tyler. I think that's something that certainly could be a factor here moving forward. Let's see. No thanks on Roddy. Let's see what else we got here. Keep RJ, give Peanuts money to Drew, keep the freshman, go get Garland and Rasmussen and another Dom type. If the price is right, keep Meadow. I would keep Andrew Meadow, and I would keep RJ Keene too. I don't know what he's making. It's easy to just say, oh, let him go, or keep him. We have no idea the budget. We have no idea the money that's being discussed. It's really hard to make, big decisions like that. Like if Carmichael would take a discount and come back and be the seventh man, I would take Carmichael back. Like, I think he's a better player than he's shown. I get it. His defense hasn't been great. He's had some other deficiencies, but I think he's a player that has a lot to prove still. And maybe if you buy low on him, RJ Keene, again, what are we talking money wise? Is RJ Keene wanting $500,000, or is he going to be fine with $150K? Like, I would bring RJ Keene back. I think he brings a lot of things to the table, a lot of valuable pieces. But if they're not giving him what he wants and he thinks he can get it elsewhere, and the price is just too high for a guy that does a lot of things, but also doesn't score as much, like maybe that's a decision they have to make. I don't know. But I 100%, if the price is right and you can pull it off, would bring back Andrew Meadow. I think Andrew Meadow has some of the offensive ability, some of the shooting ability that this team needs. He's gotten better with his shooting percentages and his numbers every single year. Look at Andrew Meadows' stats the last 3 years. He's gotten better every single year. The points per game went down this year, but that was only slightly, and that was only because his free throws went down, and that was just kind of a weird thing where he struggled from the free throw line this year. But his shooting percentage from 3, shooting percentage from 2, a lot of his numbers analytically have gone up every year for Andrew Meadows. So I think if you could make it work, have him come back. Andrew Meadow and Fielder is a nice place to start for me. Itching for a Brad Bedell show. We're going to get that going with spring football next week or the week after. We will get Brad Bedell back on here with spring football coming up. I'd bring Aaron's back. Yeah, I think he's got a lot of potential. Aaron's and NATO, both I would bring back, but I also don't think they progressed as much as folks were hoping. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but I mean, there was one point in the season where it was like, got to keep NATO, got to keep Aaron's. And now, I mean, would anybody on here like really be crushed if either of those guys left? Like, You'd like to keep them, but I don't think they're both starters next year. They're both guys coming off the bench again. If they're starting on your team's not, probably not as good as you hoped it would be. So I think certainly there's, both those guys, I don't want to say regressed, but maybe kind of didn't make quite the improvement during the season that you thought they would. So I think both those guys are certainly guys you could keep. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, so you lose Andrews, you lose Buchanan, you lose Parolin. You lose 3 key guys right off the bat, 3 contributors, 3 rotation guys right there. So that's already 3 guys. You're already going to have some pretty major turnover to the roster. 2 starters already gone just like that. Parolin, a key valuable backup big, gone just like that. So with nobody else leaving, that's already some turnover. But I think you're kidding yourself. I don't know how it's going to shake out. I don't know the order, but I think you're kidding yourself if you think Keene, Meadow, and Carmichael are all back. I just don't think Keene, Carmichael, the numbers, the playing time, the types of players they are, I just don't think it makes sense for all 3 of those guys to be back. I think there's going to be some change there. Is the lack of development related to coaching? I mean, you could say that, sure. I know Roberto Bergerson is one of the main guys in terms of the development coaches that works with these guys. Burns and Duryea do a lot of that, but they're heavily involved in the scouting. I mean, that's I know Berto and Lexus and a lot of these guys, all the coaches. Yes, if a player doesn't improve, they either messed up and thought he was better than he was, or he didn't improve because they didn't coach him up good enough. So, I mean, yeah, if a player doesn't improve, I don't think I'm going out on some crazy limb, but I think that could always come back to coaching. Everything comes back to coaching. The coaches are the guys that pick the players and practice with them and play them. So yeah, I think it all ultimately comes back to the coaches. Would love to keep Aarons. Yeah, I think Aarons probably, if they promised him a bigger role, probably stays, but I just didn't think he had the momentum, especially late in the season. He was barely playing in some of those games. I'll be curious there. But going to be major turnover. I want to talk tomorrow with Mike Prater about the budget. I know that was a big deal on social media. They're 6th in the league in budget. And what should expectations for this program be realistically given the budget constraints? This year was not it, no doubt. You lose to a Division II school, you lose to San Jose State. They did not live up to expectations this year. You should have higher expectations than losing to San Jose State, losing to a D2 team, and finishing 6th place in the conference. No doubt about it. I am not saying that this year's season by any means was okay and by any means was because their budget was 6th in the league. But I do think there's a discussion, big picture-wise, about 16 years under Leon Rice and what they've done relative to what they've spent. And if you look at individual years, sure, but you look at a whole, what they've gotten out of the last 16 years of Leon Rice, given the spending, I think there's a case to be made that they've overachieved, to be honest. You're 6th in the league in budget and you're consistently finishing top 3 or 4 in the standings. I think that's pretty darn good. You're pushing above your weight a little bit. And so I think there's a discussion to be had there just about big picture budget-wise and expectations for this program. It's hard for me when fans expect this team to consistently win the league and consistently beat San Diego State and consistently beat Utah State and all this stuff when those teams are spending millions more than them. And people say, oh, how does budget spending? Well, it's NIL, it's rev share, it's all this stuff, but it's also, Utah State spends over $1 million more than Boise State. Is that going to a better video coordinator? Is that better going to a better strength coach? Is that going to better travel? Is that going to more meals for the players? Is that going to, there's so many things that the money goes to. I get it. You say, oh, why does spending and all? It matters. When you're 6th in the league in spending, you can't be expected to finish first. You just can't. And so I think Boise State's done a pretty good job given the budget. And I do want to talk to Prater about that and dive into some of the numbers. We'll do that tomorrow. This is your last chance. The games start in 15 minutes. Glad to be back on with you guys. Had a couple great days on vacation. Again, that World Baseball Classic game was awesome. My kids had a great time. Kind of a once-in-a-lifetime type thing happened to be down in Florida when it was going on. And that was really cool to go to that Dominican-USA game on Sunday. And had a great couple days, but I am recharged. I'm back. I'm ready to go. We got basketball the next 4 days. We got spring football starting next week. BNN, we're fired up. We got a lot of stories coming, a lot of stuff in the can. Really excited. Go subscribe, BroncoNationNews.com. We'd love to have you. 50% off right now with our annual rate. 50% off at BNN. BroncoNationNews.com. You can keep these discussions going in the message boards, but your last chance, you got 15 minutes. Join our bracket challenge, BNN bracket challenge. Got some cool prizes. It's free to enter. Just go to BroncoNationNews.com right now. Go to our message boards, click on the basketball message board, and there's a link to join the pool right there. And you can join right now, and it's through CBS, and you got 14 minutes to do it. Join our bracket challenge at BNN. We got some cool prizes. So appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. Sorry for not having a couple shows, but we are back every day moving forward here with shows, football, basketball, all kinds of talk. Mike Prater will join us 9 a.m. tomorrow. And don't forget, Leon Rice, 5 o'clock today on Idaho Sports Talk. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News Live. Good luck on the brackets. The madness begins. Have fun today, folks. We'll talk to you tomorrow. BroncoNationNews.com.